So the second example we'll look at is using the word than. And oftentimes with the word than, we're going to use a comparative word. In this case, we're going to use the word more. So you can see that I've bolded those in this sentence. So my skeptical grandpa will more likely believe in leprechauns and unicorns than the moon landing in 1969. So the way you have to look at it, let's see if I can bring my highlighter up here, is I have to use this as my first sentence. Skeptical grandpa will believe in leprechauns and unicorns. Once I get to that word than, that's going to be my second sentence. But just like our first example, we're going to build a replica. So we're going to have room for two separate diagrams on this. And I hope I have room in this white space here. Here we go. So I'm going to see that grandpa is actually believing in two things. So I'm going to have a subject. It's really kind of a slanty line. We'll go with it anyway. So here's grandpa. I wrote grandma. What is wrong with me? Let's get rid of that. There we go. And we would say it's my grandpa. And skeptical. There we go. And then my skeptical grandpa will, I can see likely, but that's an adverb. So let's say will believe, likely believe. It's a really bad K. Did everyone pick up on how bad that is? Look at that. What's wrong with me? I've never drawn the letter before. Will likely believe, but it's more likely. Do you see how it's more likely? So let's take that word more off of likely. And that's going to be my comparative word, which I'm really going to need. He's going to believe in two things: leprechauns and dash line. Let's go down here. Unicorns. I'm going to add in that word and sitting right here. Perfect. Now, I'm going to compare the fact that my grandpa will likely believe in unicorns and leprechauns to the likelihood that my grandpa is going to believe in the moon landing of 1969. I noticed then, in order for me to get to leprechauns and unicorns, I had to go through all these words to get to leprechauns and unicorns. So I'm paralleling leprechauns and unicorns with the moon landing. So wherever leprechauns and unicorns is in the sentence, that's where moon landing is going to be. So let's draw our replica. So my replica, boy, it's going to be tight, but I'll put them down here. All right. So, I don't know if I can do that. I'm looking ahead. I know I'm not going to be able to do that. All right. Oh, drat. All right. I guess I will have to. I'm going to do the best I possibly can. I apologize if this gets sloppy. All right. So what I have is grandpa. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do X's. That's going to make it so much easier. All right. So I'm saying grandpa, my grandpa, skeptical grandpa. Oh, this is so much easier. Will believe, and he will believe in landing. The landing. Let's flatten that word moon. It's a nice little noun serving as an adjective. Moon landing. And it's the moon landing in 1969. I put 1969 underneath the verb part. It tells me when, but I guess you could put underneath the noun. I wouldn't argue with it. In this case, then, perfect. I'm now going to use that word than as my glue. That's my subordinated conjunction, which means I'm going to go from this verb, in this case, will believe, with this verb, and I'm going to connect always back to my comparison word, which is the word more. And the word than, I'm not very good at writing today. I'm not sure what's going on with my pen. There you go. Gets to sit on that dotted line. If you wanted to add in the word likely, I'm thinking about whether I should or not. Whether I'm saying my skeptical grandpa will more likely believe in leprechauns and unicorns than my skeptical grandpa will likely believe in. I guess you could if you wanted to. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Why not? Let's get crazy. So this little line represents likely. And so I'm using that word more to compare here. And once again, the whole idea of these comparisons is saying, well, how much more likely? More likely than. And so what's happening is this whole structure down here is basically being used as a way of modifying how much more. That's why it's working as an adverb. It's an adverbial clause using that word than as a subordinated conjunction, but it's really an elliptical clause. And most ellipticals are adverbial. And so it's really modifying this word more, how much more. And so therefore it's really describing that word more. And that's our second example. All right, you can do this because I believe in you.